out of every single hero here, who is the best to try your hand at support? Is it the Gargoyle, the Iceman, the Rotund Robot? I'll tell you right now, it's none of those. It is none other than the cutie patootie red-headed book reader herself, Paige. And your boy here is about to break down everything you need to know to be an awesome Paige main. Okay, breaking things down real simple. Paige is a backline support, so don't be standing in front of your team, idiot. Her primary fire shoots a nice little dragon, wyvern, little bird thing. Her kid's theme is like medieval fantasy magic, so let's just say dragon. And her dragon bullet thingy, while it is slow, does go through every single enemy it hits, which is very nice, so you better be spamming that bad boy all the time. Starting off with her first ability, it's called Bookworm, and all it is you choose where it lands and a funny little fella comes out and goes in a straight line dealing fire damage. Her second ability, Plot Armor, is basically a barrier, not a heal, so don't treat it like one, and you can place it either on your teammate or yourself. My recommendation is that you put it on yourself or your teammate before you engage, or you use it as a tool to run away. Her third ability, Captivating Read. What it is, it's an AoE sword that lands on the ground and basically immobilizes anyone within its range. Her last ability, her ultimate, is called Rallying Charge. And basically all it does is once you activate it in the direction you're aiming, it will launch some knights in that direction, hitting anyone in its way. And by the way, this crosses the whole map. I'm not kidding. You could launch it from your spawn to the enemy spawn. It will not stop and it will hit everyone. It heals allies, stuns and hurts enemies, and more importantly, in my opinion, the further the range is from when you launch it, the more effective it is. So, the further back you stand, the more it will heal your allies, the more it will stun enemies, and the more damage it will do to said enemies. Standing further back is key here. So, what's your game plan here? Well, in general, like I said, Paige is the pinnacle of support, so stand back and assist your team in winning. Your 1 is great for clearing waves, your 2 is obviously used to help your team get in and out of sticky situations, your 3 is to stun those large groups of enemies, and that 4 is the final touch, the cherry on top, hitting everyone in its way. Realistically, your 3 you want to use in conjunction when the enemy is already stunned or to stun them preemptively. So for example, if you're Dynamo ult, put that 3 in there. If you or your ally use a knockdown on an enemy, put your 3 there. If you are being chased and you are running for your life from a Drifter, Victor, Abrams, or Calico, put your 3 on yourself and run. And keep running because they are right there. It's very important to understand that the reason I keep emphasizing standing back is because Paige herself has very little stamina, movement, or even movement abilities, which actually she has none. So realistically, if you are caught out alone or just behind enemy lines, you are going to be killed and start inting very fast. You do a decent amount of damage, but you are not bursting people down. So generally stay away from 1v1s, please. And also the main category of items you should be focusing on are greens and purples, but realistically just anything that assists your team, buffs your team, and debuffs the enemy is all going to be amazing. So some quick examples that will probably change are Healbane, Enduring Speed, Stamina Mastery, Slowing Hex, Greater Expansion, Disarming Hex, Decay, Knockdown. Any of those are going to be great. Starting in lane phase, you are going to be assisting whoever your lane mate is, preferably a tank character and not another support, but if it is, good luck. Your main goal here is don't die. Like I mentioned earlier, you are not outputting a lot of damage. So realistically, focus on helping your teammate secure a kill or immobilizing an enemy that is out of position because they got overly confident and punishing and killing them. Just rinse repeat this mindset, and like I said, try not to be the one engaging first. Personally, I like to think of Paige as more reactive than proactive. So realistically, just wait for the enemy to stumble and then with your teammate, capitalize on punishing that mistake. If I'm gonna be honest, Paige is great at wave clear. With her 1, like I said, it takes out those enemy minions very fast, but her capacity at clearing camps is kind of garbo. She doesn't really do a lot of damage. So either your job in the mid game is to be taking care of the lanes that your teammates are eventually going to forget because they're dumb, or helping your teammates in those fights that they're eventually gonna find themselves in. Once again, when there's a team fight happening and all those people are grouped up together, you press that 3 button and land that thing in the middle of it. Don't be trying to 1v1 people, and do not be trying to steal enemy farm. Like I just said, you can't be clearing farm that well anyways. You trying to clear enemy farm is just gonna get you killed. You will be inting. Don't do that. Paige is very weak on her own, so realistically, treat her as though she needs a buddy system. You are more effective when you are with someone else, so try to be around someone else almost at all times. Don't be caught out alone. Here at the end game, fights are always going to be determined by who can turn the tables at the last moment, and more importantly, which ults can do that, and your ult is one of those ults. Like I mentioned, it heals your teammates, stuns and hurts the enemy. Very good. Realistically, at this point, everyone is just freaking conglomerating at the middle, so you press that 3 button, land it in the middle, you throw your 1 in there to burn them all, and then you find out which teammate is just unfortunate enough to be caught out and is about to die, and you press 2 on them. But when do you ult? This is where your proactiveness can come into play. It really depends on the enemy setup. But if your team is going to get multi-ulted or multi-stunned, use your ult as reactionary. On the other hand, if the enemy team doesn't have a lot of team-based ults like Lash, Dynamo, or 7, it might be better to use your ult first to stun them so that your team could pounce on the enemy team and kill them. The main question you should be asking yourself is your team going to benefit more from the heal that you are going to give them, or the stun and damage you will be doing to the enemy? Obviously, the better option is both, but realistically, it's one or the other. You have to find that timing using your own intuition. It's really up to you. There really isn't a bad Paige ult, except for the one that you miss. Counters and bad matchups. Being alone. Literally anyone is a bad matchup for you if you are alone. Like I said, you're not taking 1v1s, so if someone pounces on you and makes it a 1v1, you're boned. Paige is the pinnacle of support, guys, so she's also kind of just the worst to be alone. I mainly watch out for enemies who excel in 1v1s, and also assassin type characters. So Vindicta, Calico, Paradox, Warden, Drifter, any of those guys. Run away. You are not killing them. At the end of it, all that really matters is that you are a support, so you need to prioritize helping your team and standing in the back line. Those are the 2 things that should be in the forefront of your mind. This character relies pretty heavily on watching the minimap so that you can see what teammate of yours is really stepping too far into enemy territory and is about to die. Who can you help the most in that moment? That is one of the most important goals for you. Making sure your team stays alive and helping your team kill the enemy team is the most important thing as a Paige main. And I promise you, if you keep all of that in mind and know when to use your ult, you will be an awesome Paige main. Hey, just want to say thank you very much for watching. I hope this gave some useful insight for you. I have 3 other videos available right now. One on Infernus, one on Abrams, and a retrospective on my thoughts of when Rem and Silver and those other characters got dropped. So check those out. If you're still sticking around, you should definitely subscribe, like this video, and leave me a comment on your thoughts. Maybe I said some good stuff, maybe I said some very bad stuff. Let me know. Also, watch me learn some other characters on Twitch. I'm live 3 days a week. Okay, that's all. Thanks again, and if this is the last time you see from me, I hope you have a great life.